Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here with Marilyn Cairo, who's the Vice President of Global Sales for Karisma Hotels and Resorts. And in case you wonder why we're here this time, because Karisma just had its 14th annual Gourmet Inclusive Vacation Consultant Awards. I was unable to get there. I'm there in spirit now because it was held at Nickelodeon Hotels and Resorts Riviera Maya, where I have my background, and so does Marilyn, actually. So we're really there, right, Marilyn?
We sure are.
Yeah, right. And we're going to talk to Marilyn about that and a whole lot more on Insider Travel Report. Now, let's talk about that event. First of all, it is the 14th time you've had this annual Gourmet Inclusive Vacation Consultant Awards. How many advisors attended, and from where?
We had advisors from the U.S., even Canada. We were very excited to welcome back our Canadian travel partners. We had Mexico and we had Latin America. Altogether, we had a little over 180 travel partners.
That's great. And they all, yep. I'm sure that was, and you said Canada, which they were one of the last to reopen. So I think it's great that they all got down there. Now, let's talk a little bit about, obviously, the surprise here was you took them all to experience your Nickelodeon Hotels and Resorts Riviera Maya. Were you able to really, what did they think? Did the attendees even know that they were going to be there? Or was this a big surprise?
It was a surprise. And, we're very thankful that ownership allowed us to host the event at the actual resort. So the entire event was hosted at Nickelodeon Riviera Maya. For the past 13 years, we've always hosted the event mainly at El Dorado Royale, Casitas, and Generations. And this year, just because everything worked out, we were able to host it at the resort. The agents got to stay at the resort, and they got to really live it up in the water park for our welcome night. So it was, they were very pleasantly surprised, definitely. A lot of agents felt that while it is a family-oriented resort, they were still able to relax. And a lot of it had to do with the way that the rooms are set up, the swim outs in every room. So we were very, very happy with the turnout.
No, that's great. And of course, they got to meet SpongeBob too. So that's even better.
Oh, yeah.
So it's great that we're able to showcase that and also show them that, hey, they can have a good time here. It's not just for kids. You can get your inner kid going. Now, this was, I believe, the first real major event held at Nickelodeon Hotels and Resorts Riviera Maya. How is the resort doing? It just opened, really?
Yeah, it just opened August 1st. It's doing very, very well. We've had, great feedback from the U.S. market, amazing support from the local market, the Mexico market. With this being the first major event held at Nickelodeon, I think what we really wanted to drive home is that while it is a family resort, there is still something for everyone. Right. So on our welcome night, James, we shut down the water park and we turned it into an adult playground. From the cocktail hour at Plaza Orange, and then we moved over into Bikini Bottom, which is home of SpongeBob. We shut that down, lit up the water park. We had a live band playing. Senora Dolores and Samantha, myself, we got slimed. There were fireworks. And the biggest thing...
Now you're making me worry. I really missed that. I would have liked to see that.
It ended up being a water party because then everybody just joined in on the dancing in the water park. And I think what it really drove home is while this is a family resort, you can definitely see corporate and incentive groups doing the same thing we did and just letting loose because every adult was splashing. There was water fights. Guys, there were many of us in there that were over 50s into our 60s. Not a single one was sitting down and saying, well, this isn't for me. It's a kid's resort. Everybody was a kid.
That's wonderful. That's great. I really am. The problem is you won't hold it there again probably next year. I'm going to make you have to get over there. I've gone past that many times. I've been down in Mexico a few times and haven't had a chance to get in there. I was there, as we talked in an earlier interview, I was there when it was still under construction more than 2 years ago. So I know exactly where it is. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to get down there. I just have to figure out some kids I can bring. But then again, I don't need kids, right? You
don't need kids. We actually had a Canadian reporter there. I've never seen anybody have so much fun, James. In essence, if you want to capture the adult side of Nickelodeon, he did a fantastic job. So again, all of our team, they put a lot of work into this, making sure that it wasn't just about a family resort. It was about letting loose after everything that we've been through.
And believe me, after the last 2 years, we need a little of that.
We need it.
Absolutely. Now, you did hold the gala cocktail, I believe, at El Dorado, right?
Yes, we did. Our ballroom at El Dorado Royale.
And that was where you gave out the awards, a little more formal.
Yeah.
Than like, now, talk to us a little about, I think you have awards in what, 21 categories?
21 categories. This year's award ceremony, it touched a little differently because, I mean, every year we fight hard, but let me tell you something, 2020 and 2021, it was an emotional moment for a lot of these agents who didn't think they would make it and made it. And then some of them didn't even realize the fact that they surpassed their goals from previous years. So this one hit differently. I will say that.
Well, yeah, and you had some Palm Award winners. Talk a little bit about those. What is the Palm Award, first of all?
So that is a new award that we introduced this year in 2021, and it was born at El Dorado Seaside Palms. If you notice, or if you kind of think back, James, in the El Dorado logo, the brand logo, there's a palm tree. El Dorado Seaside Palms has over 8,000 palm trees on property, and that's one of our selling features and highlights. When you look at a palm tree and you think about it, you know, it sways in the wind, it gets rattled and shook by hurricanes, it bends, it twists, but it always stands right back up. And knowing how much the palms mean to, you know, our owners, Senor Dolores and Mr. Martinez, we kind of felt it was symbolic of what an agent has been through these last 18 months. So it was born at El Dorado Seaside Palms in October of last year. Senor Dolores and I were hosting a group of agents, and we said, you know, we need to give them something next year. So we basically looked at a set of agents that really symbolized being shook, being rattled, but never giving up. And we can speak of that for the entire industry, really. But there's always a few that stand out a little bit shinier than the rest. And we wanted them to know that while it's not about numbers, it's not always about the numbers, it's about how you shape yourself, how you reshape yourself, how you reemerge, you know, from the ashes. And that's kind of what the Palm Award signifies.
No, absolutely. And I know the folks that you awarded include a gentleman named James Bergley of Be All Inclusive, Mark Feldamo of Columbus Travel, and of course, two people I know very well, Michelle Fee and Vicky Garcia of Cruise Planners, Monica Carnes of La Macchia Travel, Sarah Bonsall of Sunset Travel, and Lori Puffenberger of Travel and Luxury Vacations. I'm sure they are now, you know, some of your best sellers and really prove that you can sell a lot even during a crisis like this in the last year.
And, you know, not only did these winners sell, they recreated themselves. They stepped outside of the lines. They colored outside of the lines, and it worked. They were willing to do things differently and to be led down a different path than what they were before. And really, that's a Palm Award right there.
No, absolutely. And then, of course, you have your Hall of Fame award, and you gave it to a gentleman named Michael Shelhays, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, of Travel House in St. Louis. What did he do that was so amazing?
Ooh, what hasn't he done? It really is kind of what we should be asking. Michael has been with us since day one. He's been at the very first GIVCs. And, you know, it's kind of one of those, we call those diamonds in the rough. And you've just got to chip away at them. And this last 18 months, you know, and I've worked with Michael for many, many years, even my pre-Karisma days. He would always say, I'm going to give you more business. I'm going to give you more business. And we never just got there. But for some reason, these last 18 months, who knows what it was, determination. You know, sometimes we perform at our best when we're at our worst. He just really gave it his all. And he supported our entire portfolio in many different ways, in initiatives, in, you know, marketing initiatives, tactical offers, promotions. He was just really and truly that silent warrior that came out, and it was very, very well deserved. And we were very happy to, you know, provide all of our award winners, but especially Palm and Hall of Fame with their awards. That's
great. No, I'm sorry I missed it. It sounds like a great event. And obviously you've used these annual awards, the annual Gourmet Inclusive Vacation Consultant Awards, to recognize your partners. And also, how has it helped you build awareness of Karisma among travel advisors?
You know, I think the biggest awareness is built by the attending advisors themselves. When they're posting on social media and, you know, they're reflecting on the last 3 days and the awards, you have other advisors that look at that. We actually increased the number of GIVC agents that enroll in our program post our awards event. And think about it, James. We want to be recognized and rewarded. You know, that's what drives human nature, especially if you're in sales, you're competitive. So with the GIVC program, not only are they rewarded, with, our additional commission that we offer, but they're also recognized in front of their peers. And that's a huge accolade. So one of the biggest motivators is seeing that new opportunity, that new agent come on board that didn't give us a try before. And we have a lot of those. I'll tell you, there's a lot of Disney specialist agents that have given us a second look now. And our numbers are climbing. Cruise planners is our hugest success story.
Yeah, I know. They have gone heavily into land, into all-inclusives. I've spoken to Michelle and Vicky about that, and it has been amazing. Obviously, when they couldn't sell cruise, they shifted their focus to all-inclusive and obviously to Karisma in a big way.
And they did it early on, and they adapted, and and we will continue to support them because this isn't temporary. This has to be permanent. Diversify that portfolio and sell a little bit of everything because there's room for all of us.
Absolutely. And I think they have discovered that. And so have all of their 1,000 or more travel advisors. That's great. Now, how can travel advisors sort of get involved and finally become award winners themselves? Where can they get more information and how can they start working to sell more Karisma resorts?
It's really easy. Visit charismatravelaagents.com. Look for our sales team directory on there, find the sales manager that is assigned to your territory and reach out to them. We are always looking for new blood. My sales team is, they have to meet certain numbers of new agents, and we don't always look at number, James. We're also looking for agents that are proactive, that are unique. I love a out-of-the-box agent that does things differently. I really, really do.
No, absolutely. Well, Marilyn, I want to thank you for taking the time to fill us in. I am sorry again that I didn't get down there. I'm going to put it on my calendar for next year because, and then you and I will have to go over in the water park and just have fun because obviously I'm out in the water park right now. You're inside.
You need a sliming. You need an honorary sliming.
I'll look forward to that. I think. I'm sure that we'll see. Again, thank you so much. And
thank you.
And you can find out all about all this program. It's a wonderful awards program, as Marilyn said, the website. And really, these are great resorts. I'm James Schillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.